Hello. Severance Season 2 had a fantastic first episode, and I appreciated much of what the show did with its storyline. Adam Scott is flawless as Mark S., and the world of the series feels as fascinating as it did when Season 1 debuted in 2022. However, the episode was slower than anticipated and did not explicitly address the events of Severance Season 1's stunning finale. Initially, I expected the show to continue from there, but Episode 2 had other plans, which I truly appreciate. Severance is a psychological thriller series starring Adam Scott as Mark Scout, a Lumon Industries employee who undergoes a severance surgery to separate his professional and personal memories. However, as work and personal egos inexplicably mix, it rapidly becomes evident that not everything is as it appears. Severance, created by Dan Erickson and directed by Ben Stiller and Aoife McArdle, has become one of Apple TV+'s most popular shows. The main element that struck me when watching Season 1 was the characters' dualism. Lumon is a corporation that allows damaged people to leave their issues behind with a fraction of themselves in order to avoid feelings of guilt, loneliness, grief, and other negative emotions for extended periods of time. The philosophical concerns raised by the show are as intriguing as the puzzles themselves. Severance Season 2 continues these observations, with Episode 1 focusing on Mark S., the severed worker, and Episode 2 highlighting Mark and the others out. The Season 1 finale of Severance expands on the consequences of the innie's actions. One of the things that irritated me about the Season 2 opener was how the ramifications of the innie's actions were communicated to Mark and the rest of the Macrodata crew but not seen on screen. Fortunately, Episode 2 corrected that. The new installment focused primarily on what happened to the protagonists' outies as a result of their actions regarding the overtime contingency in the Season 1 finale. As expected, there were some significant consequences, and some mysteries were resolved while others were. Since Season 1, Trammell Tillman has done an excellent job of making Milchick terrifying while trying to be a pleasant person to others. Coble's place in charge of damage control, as the innies had contacted people in the outside world, and Lumon needed to examine the impact of these encounters. Since Season 1, Trammell Tillman has done an excellent job of making Milchick terrifying while trying to be a pleasant person to others. With a larger role in Season 2, Milchick is the source of tension in the majority of his scenes. Interestingly, Milchick chose to terminate both Irving and Dylan, with Helena refusing to become Helly again, yet he battled for Mark to remain. Episode 2 demonstrated that Mark's work is critical to Lumon on a fundamental level. Not only did the corporation want him to stay, but it also met Mark's needs. Milchick persuades outie Mark to return by reminding him of the difficulties he faced after his wife, Gemma, died, while Lumon dismisses Mark's new team and reinstates his old crew after he requests it. I felt it was intriguing that Helena had to return as Helly R, demonstrating how crucial Mark is in the show's overall design. The search for Mark's wife continues. Mark's outie makes a significant break in the case. In Severance Season 1's finale was that Lumon's head of wellness, Ms. Casey, is actually Mark's presumed dead wife, Gemma. So far, the character has not appeared in Season 2, but the sci-fi series is already coping with the ramifications from the dramatic season finale bombshell. In Episode 2, Mark's sister doesn't believe Mark was referring to her baby when he cried, "She's alive." While her husband and outie Mark insist that must have been the cause, she continues to probe Mark on the likelihood that his innie meant Gemma. The outie Mark is far less lively than his innie counterpart, which Milchick attributes to the Mark who works at Lumon being unburdened by Gemma's death. The outie Mark is far less lively than his innie counterpart, which Milchick attributes to the Mark who works at Lumon being unburdened by Gemma's death.